ladies, you know, because the OG not only need comfort, but I need style. And I had to go old school because there aren't a lot of sneakers nowadays that I really like. You know, there are a few, and I'll get to those, you know, in another video. But right now, we're about to unbox the PJ Tucker edition of the Kobe 5 Protros. So, and I got these from Jersey Frost. These are reps. You know, you couldn't find these anywhere else. You know, and I really like the colorway. So, you know, I tried to see if I can find the actual sneaker, which Nike doesn't make. You know, Nike, you might want to get on it. You know, but I'm gonna unbox these with y'all. I'm gonna go grab some scissors and we're gonna check them out. Matter of fact, shit, I got some scissors right here. I'm tripping. I don't know what I'm doing. Just excited. And I also want y'all to know, this isn't just about sports. It's giving me an opportunity to talk to the youth and the gentlemen my age, you know, and allow myself to open up about what sports and, you know, developing skills have done for my life, you know, and I want the young men out there to know that if you really, really put in the work, which I know is cliche, I know you hear this all the time, you know, I'm positive that you'll get where you want to go in life, you know. But the number one thing you have to do is block out all the bull and all the negativity, you know, and ground yourself in your purpose. And you'll find out what that is in time. Like God will reveal it. And you know, that's what I had to learn. And when I started playing basketball again recently, not only did I realize how much fun I was missing, it was like I needed it. And I'm not just talking about basketball, I mean just competition, you know, the camaraderie, you know, talking shit, and you know, using your body, man, staying active. A lot of people don't know why they're depressed, stressed, you know. Remember, I said I got these from, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Jules. Thank you. I got this from, damn. I know I paid like, it was on sale. This coat was on sale. And I paid like, it was like 80 bucks, 90 bucks. It might have been 100, but it was on sale. And I got it for like 45 bucks. You know, I forget the name of the store, but you know, right here we got the PJ Tucker edition, Kobe 5 Protros. Uh, and I needed an old school sneak for an old school player. You know what I mean? And I mean that from the Himalayas. You know, and I wanted to, you know, just have some style out there as well as comfort, you know. And again, I want to say I appreciate everybody that tuned in, you know, everybody that's tuning in. And again, I want to help the young people out there see and realize that you are the key. You know what I mean? You are the diamond. You know, don't ever get it confused with the cars, the money, the clothes. You see what I'm saying? You are going to make all that. The man make the money. Money don't make the man. You see what I'm saying? You know, so let's get to this unboxing because I'm pretty sure that's what y'all came to see. You know, and again, I got these from Jersey Frost. These are reps. You know, somebody said you got to go a size up, so that's what I did. You know, bow. As you can see, these are the PJ Tucker Kobe fives. And I have to say, they look pretty good. I mean, shit. Uh, I'm going to ship these back today because these were too small. These are the Caitlin Clarks, and the quality is just completely. I mean, Jersey Frost has this seller beat by a long shot. I'm talking about these PJ Tucker. These I got these again from Jersey Frost, fellas, ladies. Uh, and I have to say, I mean, even my hand is sticking to the sole. I'm talking about like I can only imagine what they gonna feel like on the court. I just needed a lighter sneaker, because the Ant 2s, they are incredible. First of all, let me say that. Let me run and get those. Let me run and get those Ant 2s. I'm gonna show y'all the pairs I've been balling in. All right, y'all. Now, this is the first sneak that I started hooping in right here, right? I started, and y'all, man, please, man, don't be scared to hit that like button. Don't be scared to share. I was hooping in. I got the Ant 2s first, right? And I have to say, these are incredible. I'm talking about the grip, even the style. I've worn them to the gym, and older gentlemen have commented like I like those. You know what I'm saying? The traction, the durability, they hug your feet, they protect your Achilles. But being as though I'm still weak in the knees, I gotta still get some more strength in my legs. They a little bit too heavy for me, But I will say this: they're perfect for me at the moment until I develop the strength in my legs that I need to be able to move. Because these sneakers right here are for slashers and people that are going to be not only have skill but do some dog work. And this is for the big dog yard. And my I ain't got the strength in my leg, but they are very comfortable, and they have allowed me to strengthen my legs and protect my feet, and build my game back up, slowly but surely. And then I've been playing in the Adidas subzones. Uh, hey yo, what's up? How everybody doing? How everybody doing? Um, don't be scared to hit that like button. And these are the Adidas subzones right here. These are the sneakers that I've been playing in as well. I played in these a few times, and I have to say they're very light. The traction is great. But like I said, I needed a pair of old schools because I just, I wanted to go with my eras. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I decided to do. And so I went and grabbed these. Like I said, these are the Kobe 5 Protros, the PJ Tucker edition, as you can see. And yeah, man, I just, you know, like these, man. They're, you know, these are some fly sneaks. And I want a size up. They look like they might be a little bit too big, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. You know, let me see. They look like they might be a little bit too big, but I don't think they are. Hey man, don't be scared to hit that like button. Everybody that's commenting, I appreciate it. I look like I show speed. I don't think so. But if that's what you think, nothing wrong with that. And shout out to I Show Speed. He out there doing this thing. I have to say the tongue is pretty good. I mean, I like it. I can't complain. I mean, the quality of these sneakers, I'm mind blown. I mean, I don't see no, glue. The traction, it just feels like it's gonna be unbelievable. The carbon fiber is, yeah, I think, yeah, Jersey Frost, man, they snap with this one. I mean, I was wondering, how long it was gonna take, for them to deliver. It took about, I think it took what's going on, Lily? I think it took about 3 weeks. But after I got it, these are the insoles. As you can see, they got the Kobe face on it, you know. This is the other one. Man, I like these, man. These are fire. Shout out to Jersey Frost again, you know. Again, these are reps, I'm not trying to finesse or fool anyone, you know. We don't do that over here. I like that. Got the 24. Check it out. I like that. I'm old. I'm getting old. Yeah, that's cool. You know. And again, I want to say, sports is giving me an opportunity to go out there and talk with the youngins. And not only that, have fun uh, and help them uh, develop as well. And a lot of youngins, they already feel like they know what they need to know, but the ones that wanna, talk, and they want to hear what older women and men have to say, as far as what they may need to hear to help them get where they need to go. You know, I think that's what we need more of, man. It's just so sports is giving, man. I really really like these. I mean, yeah, these are fly. I'm talking about you can wear these just with some sweats, some sneaks. I mean, I said some sneaks, some jeans. I mean, the shoestrings. Yeah. What y'all think? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Again, these are the Kobe 5 Protros, the PJ Tucker edition. And I just needed, like I said, not only style, but comfort. And I wanted to go old school, and it had to be Kobe. It had to be. It's no other sneaker at the moment that I really got my eyes on but the Kobe's. As you can see, you got the 24 right there. You got the Kobe Bryant, the KB right there. I mean, these are flawless. I mean, I just have to say it. They are flawless. Just another, you know, piece to the puzzle. And like I said, I'm thankful that sports has given me a way to talk to the youth, and not just that, guys my age as well, because we really do have to get back out there and not only train and compete, and stay active, we have to educate these young men and women, on the capabilities that they have, if they stay healthy and continue to train and develop skills. A lot of you young people do not know how talented you really are, and I think that through sports, through competition, through skills training, education, and listening to your elders that have positive lives, that's been through things, that's experienced life, allow them to not only bestow their knowledge upon you, but their wisdom, because, you know, knowledge is knowing, but wisdom is living. You've actually lived it. You've experienced it. Not only do you have the knowledge of it, you you know knowledge is I you know I and wisdom is like you think with knowledge, just sometimes, but with wisdom you actually have experienced it, and you really understand through time, through living life, you know what you're trying to display. So that's all I want you young men and women to understand. You don't know how great you really are. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that just to be talking and running my mouth. Don't get fooled by these content creators that's trying to make you think that you have to have money and cars and clothes to actually uh, be someone. Success is measured in so many different ways by different people. So again, this right here, these things like this gives me an opportunity to again talk to you young men and women, and let you know that you can use sports and athletics, and competition to not only develop your physical prowess, but you can also develop your mind. You tend to, these are immaculate. But like I was saying, I'll get back to the sneakers. You tend to not only get to see a person develop and see their skills, you you can kind of define a person based on how they play. Do they pass? Are they relentless on defense? Do they rebound? Do they play, fundamentally? And all that transitions off the court. Now I'm not saying a person can't have two different, because you can be a killer in the boxing ring and then be the most polite person in the world. So I'm not saying you can't turn it off and on, but when it comes to certain sports, you can almost, get a gist of who a person is based on how they may play, and again, I get back to the sneakers, they're immaculate. I mean, you can see the snake print, there's probably a better angle. Jersey Frost did an awesome job. I mean, these are incredible. I mean, I mean, over here, look at the snake over here. The snake prints are, man, yeah, they did an immaculate job. I'm talking about, check that out. Oh yeah, I got to see what these feel like on the court. These are immaculate. Again, I got these from Jersey Frost. Josh, what's going on? How you feeling? Everybody that tuned in, I appreciate, you guys coming to check me out. Um, Again, these are a pair of OGs for an OG. You know, let's go ahead. Let me try them on. Let me put some socks on and try these on. They look a little bit too big, but it don't matter. I'm, they look like they fit too, but they do look a little bit too big. But it's okay. We'll figure it out. All right. A moment of truth. A moment of truth. Let me go ahead and back up a little bit. It's the moment of truth. I got one sock on and shit. They actually fit. It might be a little bit too small. Like maybe I should have got a 14. But maybe I can break them in because they feel like, yeah, they are just a little bit too small. Like maybe no, they're not small. They're just, I guess the top is tight. But I mean they look incredible. They look incredible. I mean I say that, and I have to say maybe I can break them in because I mean it's not like my foot is at the top. It's not right here. It's like right here. But it's because of the, I could probably work with these. You know. Yeah, my big toe is just, it's not like my other toes are jammed up. Let me see. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit too small. But, I mean, I guess I have to play in them, and then we can go from there, because I don't got time to send them back and do all. I do, but, I mean, and I can take the insole out. Let's see what they do without the insole. Because that's how I play with these right here. The zones, because with the insole, my toe will push at the top, of the fly wire. So, I take the insole out. Who else takes their insoles out, of their sneakers to hoop? I just started recently doing that. It seems like they're making sneakers, they're cutting sneakers different now. Oh yeah, this is soft in the inside. That's what I was looking for. Because if it's soft in the inside, I could take the insole out. Woo! Now that's hella space right there. Taking the insole out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 That's not bad. Then like you gotta break them in. You just gotta break them in. That's all. I'll probably wear them today. Go shoot around in them. You know what I mean? Just to kind of, and then it's a lot of space back here. Like my foot gotta go back. It's a lot of see. That's another thing. It's a lot of space back here. Like the way that it's built, right? Like it's a whole lot of space back here, and that's where I guess my foot, my heel. See, once I push my heel back, I got a whole lot of space. So, like I said, I gotta break these in, and man, I think, oh man, these are fucking incredible. Jersey Frost, y'all, oh my God, they killing the game. I did some homework on Jersey Frost before I cop these. I wanted to get it was another pair that it was the think it was the sixes. But they were sold out, man. I couldn't, man, they were fire. And but and I grabbed these for, I think these were I think I paid like 160 for these. But the reason why I ended up being able to get these is because I tried to get, I got a credit from Nike because they pushed my order back for the 81s, the Kobe Protros, the ones. And so being as though Nike made a mistake, they ended up giving me a credit and they ended up sending me that money back. So I just used half of that money, to get these pretty much, and because I was forced to buy sneakers. I didn't, I didn't have any sneakers to play in, so I had to bite the bullet and grab a couple pair. I think I might get another pair. I do want the Caitlin Clark, the what are these? The Denver, I think. But yeah, I like these, and I think these might be the last pair I get because it's cool, that they, to have a fly sneak to play in. But I got to be honest with myself. I got to get my, I got to get my legs stronger, man, because I want to be able to rep these sneakers well. It's not just about playing; it's about being able to perform as well and be an asset. So, again, I appreciate you for tuning in. Everybody that jumped in the live, I appreciate it. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but when I get an opportunity to talk to you youngins out there and everybody out there that enjoys my channel, and don't be afraid to subscribe. This isn't about sports. This channel isn't just sports. I want to say that. I want you to know that I'm going to start doing a lot more things. I'm gonna take y'all to the gun range with me. I want to learn how to wrestle. My son wrestled, so I feel like once he gets out of college, I'm going to use him to develop some skill wrestling, where, I can use his mind and what he knows and then possibly find someone that can help me learn. Because when I happen to really see the skill of wrestlers, because I used to think wrestling was gay. You know what I'm saying? I used to be like, man, that's gay. You know what I mean? All close and and them tight uniforms, and all that. I ain't like all that. You know what I'm saying? But when I got older, now in my older age, and being around for some time, when I happen to see, I'm talking about elite wrestlers, they are extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. I'll put a wrestler up against any martial art. I'm talking about an elite wrestler, the best of the best. I'll put them up against any, they might have to be careful with strikers, but at the same time, if a wrestler gets their hand on you, I mean, man, they'll bend you up like, or yeah, they'll turn you and twist you like origami. You know what I'm saying? You'll look like a Rubik's cube out there the way that they'll be flipping and turning your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, I want y'all to know, I, I'm going to use this in sports and getting out back, because we got to get out there, fellas. We got to be outside. We got to start talking again. And not just on social media, man. We gotta start getting back in spaces and building. And that's not just physically, mentally, still sharp and still. You know what I mean? So that's why we have to get out there and we have to start being active again, fellas. And I mean that as well when it comes to me. So I'm using basketball as a way to revitalize myself, reinvigorate, and that's exactly what it's done. I've got an opportunity, man. We out there talking shit, developing rivals and competing, trying to overcome and I had a youngin say to me yesterday when we were playing, I went to try to steal the ball and I knocked it out of bounds. And the youngin said, yeah, yeah, OG, you trying too hard. And I just shook my head and said, that's the problem with your generation. You don't understand competition. You know what I mean? I'm competing, youngin. That's the difference between what you think and what I'm doing. You think that I'm out here, trying to relive something when this is what men do. We compete. It doesn't matter how old you are. You want to use your body, and not only that, if you have the skills, if you have the talent, if you have the ability, you want to be able to use it no matter how old you are. So if you see, I wasn't thinking this at the time, but I wanted to. I mean, now if I seen young and I would say like, that's like seeing an older gentleman in the gym, and you say to him, "Why are you trying so hard to stay alive?" Because he's working out. It's just like what? I mean, that's like telling NBA players that retired they shouldn't be playing in the big three. You see what I'm saying? Like y'all trying too hard. I mean, I was watching something, about a particular uh, group of people that consistently worked out into their old age. And you had these older men and women that were 90, 100 years old plus, and they literally could still do pull-ups, push-ups, squats. They lived alone. They didn't need assistance and support, and that's because they took care of their bodies. And not only that, they actually uh, stayed active in a lot of the sports or competitions or competitive things that they used to do. And that's the reason why a lot of people in America are falling apart because of the desk jobs, because of us believing that as we get older, a lot of the things that we used to do when we were young, we have to stop doing. You don't have to stop. I mean, if we wanted to go play red light, green light out this motherfucker, we should do it. I mean, come on. It's a sport that we used to play back when I was in high school. I'm talking about one of the funniest sports that I ever played, one of them. And it was called mat ball. It was called mat ball. Y'all know those them blue mats that you can fold out? It's like maybe 4 or 5 layers. And when you unfold it, it'll be this big long blue mat, right? Our coach would take 4 of those. You put in like bases. You put one on each corner. One right here, one right here, one in the front of that one in the front of that one. But you would space them out like bases, right? And I'm talking about we would have the volleyball, or the no no no, or the rubbery hard, the dodgeballs, right? And basically you'll have like 15 on 15, right? And they set up the cones. You got a pitcher, you got the outfield, infield, and you okay, basically when you kick the ball, you can kick a home run, you can, it's just like baseball or whatever the case is. But when you kick the ball in mat ball, you can run either way. You can run this way or you can run this way. You don't necessarily have to run that way. You know what I mean? And you can stay on base. You do not have to run. Because one thing about mat ball is they can light your ass up. That's one thing about you. It was like dodgeball, baseball. It was the shit, right? And but the thing is, if you stay on the mat too long, if y'all don't got nobody else to kick the ball, it's a strikeout. You see what I'm saying? You get 3 strikes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about you running full speed. You got cats aiming for your head. You got in the mats. They played a perfect role in this game because not only did it develop your speed, your instincts, and all that. If you running and somebody throw that ball, it's been times I done dove over balls in that mat. Boom, it saved lives. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of the stories about when you get out there and be active. Don't be afraid to share this, y'all. Don't be afraid to hit this like button, because I'm talking about my son's mom. She used to be a tomboy, so she played all sports, and it was one particular time we were playing mat ball, and she was flying to third base. But the thing was, is that third base was by the doors in the gym, and she went to jump, and I think it was a white boy that I used to be cool with in auto tech. I forget his name. I think it was Matt, and he hummed this joint and hit my. This was before we had a child or whatever. We was together for years, but he hit her, and I'm talking about the power, the speed of the ball, the dodgeball. He hit her ass, and she flew through the goddamn gym doors and went in the hallway. Nigga. That's how lit dodgeball was. You know what I mean? Mat ball was called mat ball. Anybody know about mat ball out there? Y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all never heard of it, you heard it here first. And I can't tell. I think it was Coach. I don't even want to say his name because y'all gonna be laughing because I know what generation we living in. But this is really his real name. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Coach Dick. That's his real name, his real last name. You know what I'm saying? Now I know y'all youngins be talking Pauls and all that. We don't do all that over here. Like Jadakiss said, a real man shouldn't have to say no homo because we don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the new generation that do all that, weird shit. But at the same time, y'all got to get out there and get active, man. I'm telling y'all, and and have fun, fellas. You got to have fun. Stop making people think you got to be all tough all the time. Yeah, you got to protect yourself. Yeah, you got to stand your ground. Yeah, you got to stand 10 toes down. But, but, you don't ever want to put yourself in a position where, you have to move on someone or make a decision where, or a bad choice because you around the wrong people. Stay away from that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to even, you know, perform that way or for somebody to take you down that road. Don't even put yourself in that position. And that's the reason why we have to get back to our hobbies. That's the reason why we gotta start talking again to each other. It's nothing wrong with talking, fellas. It's nothing wrong with it's nothing wrong with having a friend, man. Like it's a lot of us out there that's going through some shit because we're not talking to nobody. You know what I mean? It's all right to hold some of that shit in, but you gonna have to let some of that shit out for you break. I'm trying to tell you. And breaking don't mean you gonna fuck everything up, but at the same time, it can set you back. And you don't want to do that. You see what I'm saying? And shout out to who's that? King Lou TV. Shout out to King Lou. Shout out to Josh, Lily, uh, GI, Jules. Shout out to everybody, man. Everybody that came in here. But, again, man, just show me some love. Like I said, man, I had to get a pair of OGs for the OG. Thank y'all for listening to me run my mouth. I'm going to continue to talk and let y'all know what it is and give y'all the game. I got some stories for y'all, everything. I mean, this, like I said, this ain't about just sports. I got some some shit I'ma lay on y'all. But I'ma wait to do it because, you know, I'm enjoying just talking about being active at the moment. And the only reason why I thought about telling some of these stories because I've had some young men ask me some questions and send me some messages, and they want to know what I think about relationships, and you know, and I have some stories to tell, and I'm talking about I put myself in some bad situations because of my belief that I being there for someone and supporting someone would help them see that there are people out there that really mean what they say. And I'm telling you, I know what it's like to be around individuals that, you know, they do not have the same feelings for you that you have for them. And it doesn't always have to be the same, but I've been in situations where it wasn't reciprocal. You see what I'm saying? So I want I just don't want to turn this into some morbid channel or something like that, or where I'm just down in women or talking to women or talking about, it sounds like I'm down in women, excuse me, because that's, based on my experiences, I've seen people, say that's what you're doing because you're talking about an experience that you may have. So again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, checking out the kicks, and just listening to me talk shit. Again, share this. For if anyone enjoys, what I'm talking about, and you feel like this message is for someone, man, please share it. Again, I'm just a regular cat. I feel like I got a leg up because God gave me the ability to adapt. And that's the reason why I want to let you young men and women know that social media is definitely it's like Mysterio from Spider-Man. A bunch of illusions and uh distorted images, you know what I mean, and trickery. And I just don't have time to do none of that. I've up enough in life where I feel like it's my duty to make sure that you young men and women don't do the same thing. So I'm not over here. It ain't about glitz. It ain't about glamour. It's about literally connecting and finding common ground and trying to enjoy the positive things about each other and uplift each other so that we can start to develop an environment that we enjoy being in. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of us have extremely big hearts, man, and the only reason why uh, they're not, you know, helping as many people as they can, people like me and you, is because we already have been in positions where we've seen how ugly the world can get, and it's time for that to change. It's time for people like, so-called nerds, the people that, the jocks and certain people just look down upon. It's funny that my dad, he said it a bunch, man. But even hearing him say it now, for me to be a older man, and him talk about how smart I am, I really am disappointed in myself because for years uh, I dumbed myself down to live in a world that was falling apart around me, and I could see it, but tried to ignore it. And it's time for us to stop doing that. And at the moment, it is the revenge of the nerds. It's where all the tech is coming from, and you know, just you have to shine, youngins. As long as it's not hurting anyone, there's nothing wrong with you drawing, doing whatever you're doing, man. If you like to sew, if you like to, you know, talk about nature, if you love building things, that's what you are, supposed to be doing. That doesn't mean you can't develop other skills. It means that you have to hone in on what is going to make you great, and you have to master the things that you enjoy. Again, man, there are a lot of people out here that are miserable because they aren't fulfilling that need inside. And this is one of the needs that I feel like you know I'm fulfilling. I'm getting to talk to people about, the downfalls and the pitfalls, that they should avoid. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it on this. Again, these are the PJ Tucker fives. I wasn't even supposed to talk this long, but people kept tuning in and checking it out. So we got some likes and some comments. So, and again, shout out to King Lou TV, man, because I just want to be honest with you, young men and women. That's all, because we've been lied to too long, man. So, again, like I said, man, OG for a pair of OGs. These are the Kobe 5 Protro, and I plan on having a lot of fun in these. Not just on the court, but I could see these with the sweatsuit. Yeah, I mean, I'm out of here, man. Y'all share this information, man. Y'all share this content, man. I love y'all, man.